Hey guys, here is AndaStan and welcome to my AndaStanTalks Podcast Show. So, what's this episode's topic? This episode's topic is about writers and the writing community. It doesn't matter the genre you write in. It doesn't matter what kind of book you have. It's about writers and their craft. As a matter of fact, this episode is about a call to action for writers to compete. So this entire episode, I will discuss about this competition that I'm running on Twitter, on my account, my personal account. You will have all the links in the description of this episode podcast. And I want to help writers, self-published writers, to have the chance to rise to spotlight. And I will discuss about what's the competition about, what's the offer, and the rules of the competition. So stay tuned as I'm going to get into details. Before entering the details of the competition and what's the competition about, what I offer for those that engage in this competition, I want to say something. I'm an avid supporter of unheard voices, undiscovered gems, helping people to shine. You all have the right to shine and be praised. Your hard work, blood, sweat, and tears deserve spotlight and help. Let's be the greatest community ever. This episode and following episodes will be about writers, but this is only the beginning of what I want to do for everyone. I will go through musicians, through everything that needs help, and we need a voice. Our voices need to be heard, and we need to stand up, help each other, and like I said, to give a chance to undiscovered gems to shine. So this is the brief thing that I wanted to say before getting into details. Now I will make the next segment of this episode about the details of the present competition that I'm running on Twitter on my account. So let's see. Okay, so what's the competition about? Because I couldn't develop the idea on Twitter more than it is, I decided to make an article on my website, AndaStanTalks, about this competition. So what's this about? You can find it under the article, under the title of Promote Your Book and Be Chosen. This is the article where I develop what's this about. You can easily find it on my archives for the April 2019 month. So let's summarize. What do I offer? You are a published author and want your book to get selected? Then join my event on Twitter. I started a campaign on Twitter to select 10 books to buy from the submissions. Moreover, the selected 10 will get an interview with me about them and their book with links to all their social media and platforms where they have their book for sale on my interview time section. Plus, their book will be featured on my podcast show, AndaStanTalks, where you hear this episode, recently launched, which is available on the following platforms at the moment, more to be added soon. Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher. What do you need to do? Go to my Twitter, and you have on my website, click here so that you can be directed to my Twitter account, and add my pinned tweet. You can submit on that thread your blurb and link to your book from where I can buy it. That's all you need to do. Would you go through all submissions? Yes, it doesn't matter if there will be 100 or 100,000 submissions or more. I will read them all and check them out to pick the 10. All of you, no matter the numbers, have an equal chance to be selected among the 10. Does it matter the genre of my book? No, it doesn't matter. Your book has equal chances to be selected regardless of its genre. Submit it by all means, my friend. Does it matter from where I am? No, it doesn't matter from which country you are. As long as I can buy the book online, you're ready to go with the submission. Where can I address questions? You can do it on my website under the article Promote Your Book and Be Chosen in the comment sections, or if you want a private area, you can always send me an email through the contact section of my website. I will make sure to answer to all of your questions as soon as possible. When is the deadline for submissions? The deadline should be 22nd April 2019. So I started this competition yesterday, and it will end on the 22nd April 2019. So all that day of 22nd April 2019 you can submit. It doesn't matter the time, hour, minute, whatever. You can do so, because on the 3rd April 2019 I will announce the winners. So when will you pick the winners? The winners will be picked on the 23rd April 2019. I will announce the winners either on 23rd or 24th April 2019. Now, about the interviews, because I had said that in my offer I will give for those 10 selected authors and those selected 10 books will give an interview. So how will the interview go? After the winners are announced, I will require their email. Second step is to make the personalized interview questions about you and your book if you are going to be selected. After I will get your interview and your email, and I'll prepare the interview questions, I will send to that winner, for all 10 winners, I will send them on their email to answer the interview questions. When they are finished with answering the questions, they will send the Word file back to my email, and then I will work on it and publish it on my website, AndaStan.com. A few pictures about you and your book, also books if you have more than the one submitted, links to all your social media, links to places from where your book or books can be bought. You will be required to send those to via email, as they will go on your interview to help promote you as much as possible for those 10 selected winners. Once they will send me back the answered interview questions via email and all the requirements, we'll set a date when the interview will go live on my website, AndaStan.com. I will send you a link to the interview, and you will be able to share it further to tell everyone about it. A side note, each winner will have their own separate interview, so there will be 10 interviews. I needed to mention this. How about the future on AndaStanTalks Podcast Show? About that, I will see if all the books selected can be featured in one show episode, or will make several episodes. I can't express my decision right now, as I don't know what books will be selected yet and their content. What I can assure you is that I will make sure each book and author will be equally presented. I'm doing all this because I want to help you get discovered more and have a chance to increase your exposure and sales. Why not? We need it. So, next question, do I need to pay for anything? No, everything is free of charge. The only person paying will be me when I will buy the 10 books selected. When will you buy the books selected? I will buy them after I will announce the winners, so either that day or the second day. I will update the article, promote your book and be chosen, that is on my website with these rules of this contest, with screenshots of the purchases for the 10 books so that everyone can see that everything covered and a real deal. Will there be more events like this in the future? Of course, if you want to be notified of more such events, subscribe to my website, and when I will make another competition like this or similar to this, you'll get notified. And thank you in advance for subscribing to my website, my dear friends. Love you for this. Now, final thoughts about the rules and about what I have in this article presenting this competition. Is that I hope that as many of you, my dear ones, will submit your books and make this an awesome competition. The more the merrier. I wish all of you good luck. Don't worry if you won't be selected. I have further plans for you too. Let me pass this first process, and after the announcement of the winners, I will soon come with more news for those who weren't selected. So nobody will lose anything. I will do in such a way, I will make something that will help you too. So do submit. There is more to it. That's why I encourage you to submit your books, because I want to help all of you more as much as possible. You are my fellow writers and we need to stick together and support each other. Submit and stay tuned. So this was the presentation of the competition. My profile is at StanTalks on Twitter. You will have the links in the description of this episode for my website, for all my social media and Twitter, so that you can easily find this competition. It's running until 22nd April 2019 included, so plenty of time for you to subscribe if someone hearing this episode doesn't know yet about it, haven't found it on Twitter yet, so plenty of time. Okay, now in the next segment of this episode, I want to discuss about those that already engaged with this competition on Twitter. It's insane. I'm so excited about it. I am so happy that so many of you have already responded to my tweet. And I'm very excited about it. I feel like I'm helping people already, and I want to do more for you, for all of you. So let's see the next segment, what's about the guys and about all the girls and about all the people that already engaged and what kind of books are already in the competition. So stay tuned for next part. So I have my Twitter account in front of me opened on my laptop, and I'm seeing my pinned tweet, the one that I have posted on 15 April with the announcement for the competition. And it goes like this. Hey guys, because I'm a supporter of writing community in the authors, in the April, the event that I have chosen and I supported for this competition. Being a writer myself, I will choose 10 books to buy from you, and that's not all. The 10 chosen will also get an interview on my website, plus featured on my AndaStanTalks Show. Blurb and links retweet. This is going to be awesome, and it's awesome. It's already awesome. I am so content. I am so excited about this, and I'm so happy that through this I'm helping writers. I'm helping my fellow writers, because I really know your work, how hard it is, so many things that you need to learn on the go. Nobody's there to teach you. It's a lot of self-teaching, self-education, self-research, and so on. So it's very, very hard. And all this hard work that writers put into creating awesome books is very it's underappreciated. So that's why I want, with the help of you and everyone, to help you guys and be selected, be helped, be exposed somehow, and make people see your work, because it's not enough to only publish your book and from then on everybody, the readers, will come and buy your books and so on. And because you don't have sales, you don't have exposure, it doesn't mean that your story, your book is not good enough. There are so many self-published writers that have awesome books, bestsellers, New York Times, and so on. Those are great too, but there are so many people, so many writers that don't have the chance to have their book a bestseller, though it is a bestseller, because the stories you create and the originality and things that you want to transmit through your work are valuable too and are worthy of a bestseller. So this is why I'm conducting this competition, and I'm starting to make a campaign from now on to help writers, to help indie writers, and to help everyone that want their voice to be heard, as I said, to show the world what hidden gems are in writers that don't have support, because this is what's missing for the writing community, for the writers community. It's missing the support. And I'm hearing everywhere, if you don't have thousands of dollars to hire an editor to craft your book better, your story, or you don't have hundreds of dollars to create your cover to be awesome and artistic. And okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be professional or you shouldn't present yourself as professionally as you can. It's undebatable, but it needs to be understood that these people, writers, is not that they don't want to be professional. It's not that they don't want to have an awesome cover. It's not that they don't want to present themselves and their stories, their books in front of their readers in the best way possible. But it's something that it's missing, and it's above their means for many of them. The lack of money, because nobody speaks about this. I have researched, and I'm sorry that I'm divagating, but these things need to be said about writers, their work, their stories, their books. So bear with me. Nobody speaks about the fact that these people don't have these insane amounts of money, because for some they may not be insane amounts of money, but for many of them it is. And you cannot splash a writer with dirt that he didn't or she didn't had the money to pay for a good editor, for a good cover designer, and you shouldn't undermine the value of their story. The importance of a book to be good, and in my opinion, and I know that many of you will agree with me, the value of a book, 90% of it is to have a good story. If you don't have a good plot, a good story, an original one, a page turner as it is said, it doesn't matter how precious the cover is and how expensive it was to make it. And it doesn't matter how much money you paid an editor for it. Because if it's not good, it's not good. So that's why we need to help people, writers that do bring value, do bring a good story, and do work hard for it. There are people writers that wrote for many years on a story. Maybe because they needed to work, and not maybe, they needed to work as well, because writers are not only writers like they used to be in, 50 years ago or 25 years ago. They were writers and that was all. Nowadays, writers are superhumans in my opinion, because I also am a writer, and I'm not occupying my time, or my job isn't only being a writer, is being also a professional, having a professional job that brings money to deal with my daily and monthly expenses, bills, and so on. So these people are not only writers. So that's why I'm saying that they are superhumans. They are employees or small business owners, but anyhow, they conduct their payments through other things, so they need to work for money and for sustaining their lives and their families. They are also dads, moms, and so on. So they have so many occupational jobs and so many things to deal with on a monthly basis. So that's why many of them don't have the luxury to write in a small amount of time. They need sometimes years. And why do they need sometimes years? Because they want to bring the best craft possible, the best story possible that they can deliver to the public. And many of them, when non-writers go to sleep after a hard day of work, these people pull nighters and write, and they slam their heads on the computer sometimes, because they are so tired and they have such burdens in life that the muse doesn't come when needed. So that's why these people need to be praised, valued, and appreciated for their hard work. Okay, I have spoken a lot about this, but I really needed to speak about this. And now let's go back to the books that, the books that were already submitted. So, among the books, I won't say names. As a side note, I saw all the submissions already. They are so diverse, so attractive, all of them. Love all the submissions. Side note, I'm not judging anything right now, so I haven't made any pick, and I won't pick anything until 23rd April, because I want all of you to have equal chances. So it doesn't matter where you see the numbers go. I'm not picking anything until the deadline. Okay, so fantasy, poetry, psychological thrillers, what's more? Let's see this thread. Again, I'm not giving names, I'm not giving anything, I'm not giving titles, I'm not giving anything. I'm just giving genres of the books submitted, so that you can see or hear what type of books are already submitted. So poetry collection, sorry, bear with me. Okay. Just a sec. True love stories, so romance, supernatural comedy, dark fantasy, several books involving assassins, so great ones. These are good. Anyhow, all books are good. So what I have seen so far, these writers are awesome, and you are too. Vampire, witches, college students books, poetry illustrating life's moments and feelings, paranormal romance. I also have LGBT books and stories, so it's very diverse. This is what I'm looking for. I want so many genres here: action, mythology, horror, crime, psychological, supernatural, mystery, yeah, okay, coming of age romance, yeah, so many, yeah. These are part of them, part of the genres. You can also see yourself while scrolling through this thread. I love all of you. I thank you, all of you, for already submitting. For those that have already submitted, you are awesome people. I really value you all, and also thank you for all of you that have followed me on Twitter. You are awesome people. Well, it doesn't matter if you follow me or not, you are awesome people nonetheless. I really appreciate you guys. And what I want to tell you more about this thread and this pin tweet and this competition, which I wanted to say first, but I have started speaking about writers and how their life is and how much work they put in and how much support they need, because they need support. They have value and they need support. And That's all to it. They need support. Okay, so what I want to say is this pin tweet has already 171 replies, 90 retweets, and 212 likes. And I'm going to enter the tweet activity to see the impressions. Impressions of this tweet is at 23,779. Media views 3,335, and keeping and rolling. Total engagements 673 for the pin tweet. It's insane. Well, for me it's insane. I don't know how it is for you, but for me it's insane. Sorry, I have a cold. Sorry. I'm so happy. I'm so excited about this, and we need to stick together. We need to help each other. We need to be an awesome community, and we need to gain readers. We need to level up, and all the hard work that everybody put in needs to be valued. So that's why I have started this competition. This is the aim of it, and be sure that many of such competitions and such events will come, because this should be an ongoing process and not for a part of writers. It should be for everyone. Okay, this is for this segment, and I'm going to speak a little bit more in the next one, and we will have a wrap because I have already spoken too much. Sorry, it's a professional habit. Okay, see you in my next segment. During the break of recording this episode, I have checked again my Twitter account and the competition, the pin tweet, and scrolled through the new submissions, and I have seen some authors, some writers that said, hope I'm not late for the party. No, you're not late. The party is still on and is ongoing until 22nd April 2019 included. So please keep it rolling, submit your blurb and link, and hope that you are as excited as I am with this competition and campaign. Also, for those of you that are listeners and not writers and listening to this podcast episode, if you have a member of your family that you know is a writer, please point them in the direction of this tweet and competition. Maybe they will fancy the idea and would want to submit their blurb and link as well. Or if you have friends or acquaintances that you know they have published books, and especially if they are indie writers, indie authors, self-published authors, by all means tell them about it, and maybe they would want to submit their book blurb and link too. Okay, as I have said, I'm so happy that I'm doing this. This is a project that I wanted to start last year, so in 2018, but because of personal situations, because life strikes, I have delayed it. But since from now on, I'm going to do many of such campaigns, such competitions. I will give all my support to the writing community, and not only, but this part, this period is focused on the writing community. So I'm so happy that I'm doing this. I'm so happy that I'm making new friends, because I'm an Aquarius, as I have said in my trailer of this podcast show, AndaStanTalks. I'm an Aquarius. I love making new friends. I love talking to people. I love helping people, of course, as much as I can. If I will ever have more means to help people in as many ways possible, I'll do it without blinking. So keep your eye on the competition. Support indie writers, indie authors. It's indie April. Please show love. Also, if you are a reader and you love seeing a selection of books from where you can pick one to read, do go to that pin tweet and scroll through the submissions, because people, those books are awesome. You have such a diversity, so it's a variety from where you can pick. And I would love to see that I can be able to connect readers to writers, to authors, and vice versa. So please do go and see if a book catches your eye, and you would love to buy that book and read it, and why not maybe leave a review for the book when you are finished reading, and support indie authors, because they really are awesome people. They are superhumans, people that really love their craft. They really love writing and creating awesome stories to project you in different worlds, maybe, or sharing their life experiences, or sharing moments of how they dealt with different situations, suffering, trauma, emotions, love, and so on. So do go and see if any book or more books would be on your taste, and you would give a chance to buy it and read it and make a writer and an author happy. Because these people are not necessarily, and they are not, I can vouch for that, they are not in for the money. They are in for the love of their creation, of their passion, because these people really do write because of passion and because of the love for their work, their book, their story. So supporting the authors, and so glad that I'm going to do this for them. Okay, this is the topic that I have discussed in this episode. Now, a little things I will say for the ending of this episode, so bear with me a little more. Thank you. Great news, guys. I have just been informed that AndaStanTalks Podcast Show is also available on Apple Podcasts. So there are 8 podcast platforms where you can listen to my show. As a reminder, you can listen to it on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher. And soon more will add to this list as podcast listening platforms. So excited about this. You can choose either of them and listen to my podcast show. I would be so happy to see that you listen to my show and support all the topics and all the campaigns and all the competitions that I'm going to conduct from now on. But because this episode was for writers, please do support the writing community, indie authors, indie writers, and self-published authors. All right, my loves. I can't wait to hear voice messages from you. Voice messages, you can do so on Anchor. You can leave a voice message with your opinion about this episode, your thoughts about writing community, indie authors, anything that you would want to comment about it. And also, I would feel so happy and so excited to hear that I listened to your podcast show, went to your pin tweet and chose books to buy from those authors that submitted to your competition. That would be heaven on earth for me and for my fellow writers, the writing community. So do comment about this if you want to buy a book or you bought a book from selecting one from that thread. Also go to my website AndaStanTalks.com and you can also leave messages there. You can send messages on my contact section, through my contact section on my website, with your thoughts, ideas, support, and anything that you would want to communicate with me. Also, follow me on my social media accounts. I will have them written in the description of this episode. And what else? Don't forget to follow my podcast show. I also welcome you on my official website, AndaStan.com. You can read my stories there for free and can't wait to see your feedback on them. If it catches your interest, there's no pressure. And love you guys. Thank you for listening to this. Let's be friends, true ones. I am true and I also want true friends. Can't wait to hear each other in my next transmission. Stay blessed. AndaStan out. Bye bye. Mwah. Yay! Thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the new episode of my podcast show, AndaStan Talks. Any comments will be most welcomed and appreciated. You can join me on my podcast show, AndaStan Talks. Links to podcast platforms where you can find my show are in the description box below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more. I welcome you on my website to read my stories, interviews, and other articles. My website is www.andastan.com. Follow me on social media. You will find all the links in the description box below the video. See you in my next video. Bye!